Marriage, at least from the outside, looked flawless. Friends used to call us the couple who made it, the ones who seemed untouchable by ordinary problems. 6 years together, a cozy suburban home, a shared Netflix queue we never argued over. To me, that stability was proof of loyalty. Or at least, that's what I believed. It all changed one night when she came home later than usual. She tossed her purse on the chair, kissed my cheek distractedly, and went upstairs. I stayed downstairs, rinsing the dishes, my hands working on autopilot while my mind lingered on the odd tension in her smile. When I heard the soft buzz from her purse, curiosity got the better of me. Inside wasn't the phone I'd bought her for Christmas, the one with a little dent in the corner. It was another. Sleek, black, pristine. My pulse stumbled. Who hides a second phone? I unlocked it. No password. That in itself felt deliberate, almost taunting. And there it was, texts lined up like confessions. Last night was incredible. Can't wait to see you again. Another. Same place Wednesday. Her replies were simple, intimate, and damning. I felt my world collapse in slow motion. The house suddenly felt foreign, like I was trespassing in someone else's life. My wife, the person I thought I knew better than anyone, was carrying on another life behind my back. When she came back downstairs, towel around her hair, humming, I was frozen. She poured herself a glass of water, asked about my day as if everything was normal. I forced a smile, shoved the phone back into her purse, and told her it was fine. Inside, though, something was burning, a fuse I knew would eventually explode. The following day at work, I stared blankly at my computer screen. Numbers, charts, deadlines, all meaningless against the storm brewing in my chest. I replayed those texts in my mind, hearing her voice in every word, imagining her smile meant for someone else. At lunch, I scrolled online, not for distraction but for tools, GPS trackers, recording devices, hidden cameras. Each item felt like another brick in a wall I was building, not of defense, but of offense. She thought I was oblivious. She thought she could live in two worlds without consequence. But I wasn't going to scream, or beg, or cry. I was going to plan. That night, she told me she was meeting a friend for yoga. I smiled and nodded, even helped her zip her jacket. The moment she left, I slipped the tiny recorder I'd bought into her bag. My hands trembled as I set the trap, but my resolve was steel. Hours later, while she showered, I retrieved it. The playback was like venom poured straight into my ears, glasses clinking, a man's low laugh, her voice playful, conspiratorial. Then, the words that carved into me like knives. Next week, hotel instead. Hotel. I stared at the device in my palm, rage pulsing through me. This wasn't just casual. This wasn't something I could dismiss. She was escalating, risking everything. And that was when my plan sharpened into clarity. I wasn't going to confront her yet. I was going to wait until the moment when her lie was most fragile, when she least expected it. And then I'd make sure her entire double life came crashing down in front of her lover. Wednesday arrived like a storm cloud I had been watching crawl across the horizon. She dressed carefully, hair curled, perfume strong enough to sting my memory. "Don't wait up," she said with that casual smile, the one I had mistaken for innocence all these years. I watched her leave, then followed at a distance. My heart pounded so loudly I worried people on the street could hear it. The hotel wasn't far, an upscale place with polished marble floors, golden lighting, and a lobby bar that hummed with quiet laughter. From my corner seat I saw them. She walked in, radiant, scanning the room. And then he appeared, a man in a navy suit, confident, leaning down to kiss her cheek as though she were his. My stomach twisted, but my eyes stayed sharp. They ordered drinks, their heads tilted close together. I recorded everything on my phone, hands steady despite the rage surging inside me. It wasn't enough to know. I needed proof. Proof she couldn't talk her way out of. They disappeared upstairs, and I followed minutes later, slipping past the desk with feigned confidence. Her key card had been in her purse all along, one she never noticed I had taken a photo of. I stood outside the room, pulse racing. Voices filtered through. Laughter, clinking glasses. For a second, doubt stabbed me. Was I prepared to see it? Then I thought of the nights I lay awake beside her, blind to her lies, and the doubt died. I swiped the card. The lock clicked. The door swung open, and there they were. Clothes half loosened, surprise etched across both faces. She gasped my name. He stumbled to his feet, muttering excuses. I didn't shout. I didn't rage. Instead, I pulled out my phone, hit play on the recordings, her laughter, her whispers, her promise of, "Finally, hotel instead." The sound filled the room like a judge's gavel. Her face drained of color. His eyes darted, searching for escape. "This," I said, voice calm but heavy, "is the life you built behind my back. And now it belongs to both of you." I placed the phone on the dresser, recording still running. "Enjoy explaining this when it goes public." Her mouth opened, closed, but no words came. He tried to speak, but I cut him off. "Don't bother. You're both finished." And then I walked out. The city lights shimmered against the river as I stood on the pedestrian path, cool night air stinging my lungs. For the first time in weeks, the weight in my chest lifted. Behind me, the hotel held two people scrambling to salvage their reputations, their secrets now ash in the open. Ahead of me stretched a new life, one where I wasn't a pawn in someone else's game. I sat on a bench, listening to the quiet rush of water. The rage that had fueled me was gone, replaced by something steadier. Resolve. Freedom. I hadn't just exposed them. I had freed myself.